In center field, number 22, Daniel Sass. And playing left field, number 3, Alex Taraman. Good luck. Have a great game. See you after.
What's happening? Everything's good? This is my brother Tim. How are you? One of the best. I mean, one of the best. They don't come better. You been good though? I missed you.
Once again, live on the Play-by-Play Sports Network today, it's the New Jersey Prep B Baseball Championship game. As top-seeded Morristown-Beard at 7-5, they take the field as the home team, taking on 2-seeded Rutgers Prep, who enters with a record of 6-3, the 2-seed today. Hello, everybody. I'm Ralph Bednarchik, and welcome to this pleasant evening from Diamond Nation in Flemington, New Jersey, western part of the state. And a terrific locale to host this one as right-hander Michael DeSantis goes through his warm-up tosses. Let's give you the starting lineup and the batting order today for Larry Santowaso's Rutgers Prep Argonauts. Leading it off and in center field is Evan NJISAA. Batting second, doing the catching, Ben Cuculo. Oscar Vargas Pacheco is in right field. Vargas Pacheco hitting number 3. Austin Johns is the DH. Johns hitting cleanup. Ryan Montalvo typically on the mound. When he's not, he is the shortstop. The senior hits number 5. Evan Lobb is at second base. Lobb, a freshman, hitting number 6. Nick Baldev will be doing the pitching and hitting for himself. Baldev, a junior, now hitting number 7. Brian Flanagan is a senior at first base, hitting number 8. And freshman Max Trions hits number 9 and playing third base for the Rutgers Prep Argonauts located in Somerset County. Clear and beautiful conditions, no wind either to speak of. That should affect this game, and the lights will come on shortly. We expect to play the first couple of innings still under light as Evan NJISAA set to come to the plate. The winner of this one will capture another Prep B championship. Rutgers Prep, the defending champs from 2019. Morristown-Beard has won the Prep B championship going back, the last time was 2008. So our umpires right now meeting with the coaches, and I'm not sure what this could be about, perhaps just some ground rules, or perhaps about when the lights will come on. It'll be a 3-man crew to umpire this Prep B final. Earlier today, the girls softball championship went to Doane Academy from Burlington, New Jersey. They defeated Morristown-Beard. 4-0 was that final. As Michael DeSantis waits to throw his first pitch. He's a senior in his second year in the varsity. He was brought up to the varsity the last 2 weeks of 2019. And after an early season leg injury, he has regained his strength and kind of gotten into rhythm. DeSantis this year has thrown just a total of 6 innings, 1 hit. A number of different pitchers have thrown through the 12 games this year for Morristown-Beard. So finally the umpires are in place. right, early at 6:58, and the first pitch is over low to Evan NJISAA for ball one. DeSantis works with great pace. 1-1 the count. Defensively behind DeSantis, Alex Towerman is in left. Freshman Danny Sass in center, Jackson Scully in right. Breaking ball by DeSantis, 1-2 on NJISAA. On the infield, J.J. Leibowitz at third, Dax Bush at shortstop, Nico DeGrazio at second, Matt Stokes at first, and Jordan Greenaway doing the catching. On 1-2, this ball laced in the air to right center field. That's a base hit for NJISAA. Cut off by Sass, and NJISAA has himself a leadoff double in this Prep B final. NJISAA has had a big season. He came into the game hitting .480. That's why he's the leadoff batter. And now the table prep set. Here's Ben Kukulo as he takes low and away. Kukulo, senior catcher. A captain, 4th year on the varsity. 3-year starter. He's been a real unsung hero. Described Larry Santoasso. As there's a called strike from DeSantis, 1-1. Kukulo hitting .300. 6 of 20. He's driven in 6. NJISAA from second as DeSantis misses high, 2-1. And DeSantis falls behind, 3-1. It's an offense for the Argonauts that's hitting .321 through their 9 games. 3-1 pitch, DeSantis gets the breaking ball over, 3-2. The keys for Michael DeSantis, for his head coach, John Shepard. He's got to work from ahead as he steps off. But he is a real pace guy to keep his defense engaged. He's got that even keel demeanor that you love from pitchers. This one lifted in the air on the 3-2 pitch to left center. Danny Sass under it. NJISAA tagging. Sass makes the catch. Here comes the throw. It'll go directly to third, but NJISAA will tag up and advance on the game's first down. So Kukulo moves him over. And Sass, a freshman, in another year or so, that could be a very competitive and tight play at third. At the high school level for a freshman, very difficult to throw out the runner there. Oscar Vargas Pacheco, a senior that's going to walk on at Gardner Webb at the Division I level and look to make his way on and earn himself on. And the 0-1 pitch, he sends it in the air down the right field line. That'll fall in fair against the wall for a base hit. Trotting in to score is NJISAA, and sliding into second with an RBI double is Oscar Vargas Pacheco. And 3 batters in, it's 1-0 Rutgers Prep. So it came off the end of the bat, and it appeared to me initially that it would hook foul early. But it never did, and Vargas Pacheco did not wait to find out. He was on the move and ends up with a double. Here's the DH, senior Austin Johns. First pitch swinging, fouls it off right field side. So 1-0 Rutgers Prep. And for Rutgers Prep, almost exactly to the day, they are 1 month together. They had a March 1st Zoom meeting. As this ball sent in the air by Johns, Sass makes the catch. And this time he throws another good ball towards third. But Pacheco does not tag up. There's 2 away. April 12th was the first time the Rutgers Prep Argonauts had their full team together. They didn't do anything in the fall season or the winter, and this has been a mixed bag from area to area, team to team, what they were allowed to do from each district as Ryan Montalvo takes a breaking ball strike. Their head of school asked them to stay on campus, and they've all been on campus since September 14th. Montalvo laces a ball to left. Towerman is there to grab it. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left. Rutgers Prep jumps out, grabbing a run with Morristown-Beard coming up. So let's give you the Crimson batting order today for Coach John Shepard. Leading off will be the second baseman, Nico DeGrazio. Dax Bush is the shortstop. Bush, a junior, hitting number 2. Jackson Scully's been moved up to the number 3 spot of late in the order, a junior in right field hitting 3rd. Jordan Greenaway does the catching. Greenaway, a junior, hitting cleanup. Matt Stokes is the first baseman. Stokes hitting number 5. J.J. Leibowitz is at third base, another junior hitting number 6. Aaron Morton is the DH tonight, hitting number 7. Freshman Danny Sass is in center field, hitting number 8. And Alex Towerman is hitting number 9 and in left field for the Morristown-Beard Crimson. On the mound is junior right-hander Nick Baldev today for the Argonauts. And the numbers on Baldev: over 9 2/3 innings thrown so far, 10 hits, 7 runs allowed. Ryan Montalvo is the unquestioned number 1 pitcher on this Argonauts team, and he is signed to pitch at Division I High Point. I'll tell his story as we go. But Baldev has battled injuries his first 2 years in the varsity, but has come on of late. He's also a middle infielder. And Larry Santowasso loves how cool of a customer he is on the mound. But they want him to limit his pitches tonight and work ahead, be efficient. Otherwise, he's not going to last long. His best start was going 5 innings, striking out 10 at Warren Hills. So here's Nico DeGrazio. And Baldev starts out ahead, 0-1. Baldev's last start that Warren Hills game was on May 1st. DeGrazio is a junior, transfer from Hanover Park after 2020. So in his first year in the varsity here. And he's been the leadoff batter for much of the season. And he falls behind 1 and 2. And DeGrazio hitting .308 with a couple of RBI. As Ben Kakulo took that pitch off the inner part of the thigh on the foul ball. Yeah, the last thing Rutgers Prep can afford to happen is to lose their senior captain and a very good defensive catcher. Yeah, Larry Santowasso and his assistant coach and the trainer that's assigned here on site are satisfied with the answer from Ben Kakulo. So it'll be a 1-2 pitch coming to DeGrazio. And a high fastball that DeGrazio chases. And he's set aside as Baldev starts off well tonight. So here comes the shortstop, Dax Bush. 8 of the 9 starters today for Morristown-Beard are in the junior class as Bush fouls off the first pitch. And Dax recently has been moved from center field, where he started the year, to shortstop. And Baldev changing speeds there. Nice changeup, low and away, 0-2. Dax hitting .306 with an RBI. 3-sport athlete at Morristown-Beard. Varsity soccer, varsity basketball. And the 0-2, a good miss pitch by Baldev. Dak's a travel baseball player, and he is a shortstop over the summer, so a natural move for John Shepard. 1-2 pitch, and Baldev has struck out the first two, both with high fastballs. And in the bigger picture, Larry Santoasso of Rutgers Preps feels that our pitching is our strength of the team. There's been no question about it. It's also part of the heart of this team, where they really don't quit. They're a team of fighters. And when you have Montalvo in the junior class, Baldev, as Baldev misses low here to Jackson Scully, you have a team that can find a way to go deep into June. Scully takes ball 2. At 6-3, Rutgers Prep knew they'd have a lot of 2021 seniors, but with very little experience. 2-0 off the plate, 3-0. 2020 was supposed to be the banner year, but unfortunately, of course, we all know what happened. And as the offense was expected to be the strong point for Rutgers Prep, it's been reverse. It's been the starting pitching. 3-0, misses low and away, and Scully is on with a 4-pitch walk. So Baldev loses him there. After losing the second game of the year at Gills St. Bernard's 14-4, Rutgers Prep responded with a couple of wins to move to 3-1. And then they met up with Gills St. Bernard's last week on May 5th as Jordan Greenaway takes a breaking ball strike. And they picked up an old-fashioned 1-0 win. Both teams threw their number one. Ryan Montalvo was excellent. 2 hits on each side. And Rutgers Prep was able to manufacture a run. And that made Larry Santoasso very pleased to beat a team that had a reputation and expectations this year. And they found a way to beat a more experienced team, a team that has a couple college-bound guys that will play at the next level, and a significant, not just on paper, but he thinks from a confidence standpoint for this team to get a result like that. 0-1 to Greenaway. Greenaway has been Morristown-Beard's best hitter and best player. Their starting catcher was the starter as a freshman, hitting .517 now, and he's driven in 6 runs. And there's a fastball strike as Baldev on 1-1 challenged him. Greenaway 15 of 29. He's driven in the 6 runs, which is second on the team. And the 1-2 foul, and onto the neighboring field. Here, a beautiful Diamond Nation. If you've never been here, I actually haven't counted how many fields are here. I think there's 6 fields here and 2 softball, 1-2 away. I think it's 4 baseball, 2 softball. But a great field house that has indoor batting cages and then outdoor cages. There goes the runner. 2-2 pitch fouled off with Jackson Scully in the move. And just great sight lines to just hang out and watch a game with the weather, especially at night, being bearable. And in the locker room facilities here, and just restrooms available here for the public. Those are the things you take for granted that most community baseball parks just don't have. As Greenaway fouls it off, and it stays 2-2. And they did a good job even with the concession stand. So this is truly, I think, labeled correctly and advertised correctly as Diamond Nation. There goes Scully, he got a good jump. Swung on and missed the breaking ball. Gets Jordan Green away. So Nick Baldev strikes out the side, sandwiching in a walk. We head to the second, no score in the Prep B, or rather 1-0 Rutgers Prep on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. One nothing Rutgers Prep from the New Jersey Prep B final. One of two freshmen in the lineup. Here's Evan Lobb to lead it off for the Argonauts against Michael DeSantis as he takes a ball low. And Lobb, like the other freshman, Max Trians, both had their fathers playing college, so very much well-schooled and with instincts already for young players as Lobb takes high ball two. Evan's dad played at nearby Drew University in Madison. Pitch low and away, and Evan also well mentored because he is Larry Santuaso's nephew, his wife's sister's son. Good fastball from DeSantis on 3-0. And Lobb has started his varsity career 11 of 28, 392. And he goes after the 3-1 and fouls it off. And Lobb, also out of all players on the team, is leading the team in RBI. He's got 10. Ahead of Austin Johns, who's got 8. And he misses on a fastball, fouling it back, 3-2. He's in the lineup at second, but can play second, short, and third. And drove in 4 against Montclair Kimberly in the Prep semifinal. So DeSantis has held to scout. He's been working quickly. And the 3-2 breaking ball on the inside corner, strike 3 looking. Lobb knew it and started his walk before the umpire can make his call, 1 away. And as we see, Lobb was looking for something different. Here's Nick Baldev as Baldev takes strike 1. And DeSantis almost had Baldev out in front. 1 ball and 1 strike. And he chases after a breaking ball low and away. On deck, senior Brian Flanagan. 1-0 Rutgers Prep. And DeSantis gets Baldev on the punch out. So he places a fastball at her part of the plate. And that's another Argonaut that was looking for something else. 2 down. So Flanagan to the plate, a senior that will be a student at Tulane in the fall. Another 4-year varsity player, and on these Prep B programs, they're smaller schools, so you'll see 4-year varsity players as the breaking ball misses outside. And on 2-0, he laces the ball the other way. That's a fair ball down into the left field corner. Flanagan on his way to second as Towerman plays it back in. A 2-out double for the Argonauts. And Rutgers Prep now with 3 doubles through 8 batters in this Prep B final. Well, this is a pitch that DeSantis left up a little high. And Flanagan able to wait on it. So now Max Trions takes a call strike. And Trions, like Lobb, has been a contributor, not as many starts it's been of late. He's 5 of 11. But Trions has driven in 6 as he takes off the plate 1-1. Trions was also in the lineup against Montclair Kimberly in the Prep semifinal, 1 for 2 with an RBI. That was a 10-1 win by Rutgers Prep. And the fastball in the outer part of the plate, and DeSantis the benefit of the call, 2-2. Trions held back on it and fouls it off. Rutgers Prep threatening again here in the top of the second. They have a 1-0 lead. And DeSantis challenges. Well, the Argonauts here through 9 batters have been able to make DeSantis work and raise his pitch count. And it's already lining up to be a game where John Shepard may need 3 to 4 pitchers to cover a potential 7 innings. And the 2-2 changeup on the outer part of the plate gets Max Trions. So DeSantis strikes out 3 in the inning, working around the 2-out double. Middle of the second, it stays 1-0 Argonauts. Here's the last 5 for Morristown-Beard. Entering at 7-5 today, off of a loss to Madison. They will play in the Morris County preliminary round against Roxbury High School in their next game, but the win over Pennington 4-3, they were trailing. Down in the bottom of the 6th inning, but they were able to manufacture a run to win to get here, 4-3. And their bats this year, their 2 most productive games this season offensively have been against Parsippany. That was in a Morris County qualifying game 2. As Matt Stokes takes low and away from Nick Baldev, 1-1. And the defense has been shored up for Morristown-Beard as they've progressed in better at-bats. As Stokes takes 2-1. And that's a great segue to get to Matt Stokes, who's the most accomplished returning player for MBS. Honorable mention, NJAC Liberty Division as a freshman as he bounces this foul. It's 2-1. And Stokes was the starting shortstop as a freshman, but he has just been trying to find it all spring. He comes in at 5 of 27, hitting in the middle of the order at 185. With 4 runs batted in as he fouls off the 2-2. And John Shepard moved them to the 5-hole. Moved him off short to first base too, to also move Dax Bush to shortstop to reconfigure the outfield. Up high and tight, 3-2. And they just want Matt Stokes to let the pitchers come to him. He's had 2 games this year where he's walked 3 times. And Baldev walks Stokes and the leadoff man on for MBS. So we'll see if MBS will be aggressive tonight against Baldev and look to run. And here's J.J. Leibovitz, the team's leader in RBI. First pitch swinging, ground ball left side past Montalvo, a base hit. And then underneath the glove of Briganti out in left, but no further advance. So it's first and second, nobody out for Morristown-Beard. So J.J. Leibovitz continues to be productive. He has the team leading 15 runs batted in while hitting .242. He's been efficient. And with Montalvo shading a bit up the middle. And now the DH Aaron Morton squaring to bunt and takes a called strike. Defensively tonight for the Argonauts, Anthony Briganti, who's going to play defense only to start. He's in left. Evan Najah in center. Oscar Vargas Pacheco in right. Max Trion's at third. Brian Montalvo at short. Evan Love at second. Brian Flanagan at first. And Ben Kakulo doing the catching. Aaron Morton in the lineup as he lays down the bunt foul. And Morton getting the opportunity tonight, 1 of 21 coming in. And he has pitching ability, but he just came up with a big 2-run single against Pennington earlier this week, so he is rewarded with the start as he's jammed and fouls it off. And Baldev looks to see if Morton chases. He does not. 1-2. Morristown-Beard came in only hitting .252 as a team. So can he manufacture runs, but a lot of that is Morton fouls it off was their early season struggles. As I said, they've looked a lot better 2 of the last 3 games, either manufacturing runs and certainly cleaning up against Parsippany with 11 runs. 3 times this year out of their 12 games they've hit double digits. 1-2 pitch, and Baldev finds the outer part of the plate with the changeup. Strike 3 looking. The 4th strikeout for Baldev, and that'll bring up the freshman center fielder, Danny Sass. Sass trying to find his way at the varsity level as he takes the fastball strike. And they understand that it's going to take some time. You're seeing a different level of pitching than you do at the travel level. As check with Montalvo covering, but Stokes very close to the bag. Sass at 4 for 30. But his defensive abilities allowing John Shepard to slide Dax Bush from center to short. As Sass takes the fastball off the plate. And Sass going to be an anchor athlete at Morristown-Beard. JV football, JV basketball already. And just needs the experience. Being one of the young guys. He's the only freshman on the Morristown-Beard varsity. 2-1, a ground ball. Montalvo waiting for it, steps in the bag, throws to first. Yes, in time, a double play. So an easy 6-3 turn for Morristown-Beard. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. 2 innings complete. Montalvo, like the ball was a magnet to him to retire the side. 1-0 Argonauts as we head to the 3rd. Top of the order, 1-0 Rutgers Prep. Here from Flemington's Diamond Nation. And the first pitch, changeup swung through and missed by Evan NJISAA, who doubled to right center and came around to score in the first. As NJISAA takes then a fastball out of the part of the plate, 0-2. NJISAA in the midst of an all-county season in Somerset, hitting .480 coming in. 9 runs, also 5 RBI from the top of the lineup as he takes ball 1 outside. And this is a ground ball off the glove of Leibowitz, and NJISAA is going to be aboard with an infield single. So that's one at the high school level that's going to be scored a base hit. But in most cases, as we have a second look at it, It's one where you take on a team hitting as well as Rutgers Prep, ones where you've got to make the plays on. As Ben Kukulo takes a called strike. Here on the scoreboard, they do not actually post the hits or errors, so it's up to the coaches how to decide that. And from my perspective, it's a high school hit, but again, Morristown-Beard has been looking to solidify their defense as Kukulo pops it up. The second baseman, DeGrazio, takes command. One away. Of late, Morristown-Baird's defense has been solidified. That had been John Shepard's greatest area of improvement over that time, along with some plate discipline from early to mid-April. And then can his pitchers be more efficient and attack the strike zone, work with pace? DeSantis has no problem with that. And get deeper in the games by throwing less pitches. As Oscar Vargas Pacheco takes a called strike. That might be difficult today for DeSantis. He's already thrown a lot here through 2 1/3 innings. And we'll see how the Argonauts look second time through the order. There goes Najah, the throw down. The pitch was a ball. The throw down goes into center field, and Najah has a stolen base. The double clutch a bit by Kukulo, that cost him on the accuracy of the throw to make it really close. And Vargas Pacheco slashes it foul. Vargas Pacheco doubling to the right field corner and driving in Najah in the first. And DeSantis misses high with the breaking ball, 1-2. Make it 2-2. And a line drive center field, base hit in front of Sass. Getting the wave and coming in to score is Najah. As the throw comes up the line, it's an RBI single for Oscar Vargas Pacheco. And he has driven in both runs for the Argonauts. It's 2-0 Rutgers Prep. So Vargas handles a breaking ball well. You notice how he sits back on it and keeps it simple. Here's Austin Johns. So the offense appears like it is going to be here for Rutgers Prep after scoring 10 runs against Montclair Kimberly on Tuesday. They've already come up with 5 hits. Johns lays off the 0-2. Austin will be a student at Gettysburg next year. Second brother in the family to play. His older brother Kyle was a third baseman as he pulls this pitch foul. Johns joined the party against Montclair Kimberly in the semifinal, 2 for 3. Basically the entire lineup with big games as John strikes out. The throwdown by Greenaway to first, not in time. So there's the second out, 4th strikeout for Michael DeSantis. So here's Ryan Montalvo. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Caught by DeGrazio, right behind second, and the inning comes to an end. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left. Rutgers Prep increases its lead. It's now 2-0 at Diamond Nation. As we head to the home third, 2-0 Rutgers Prep. Morristown-Beard getting past Pennington, the 4 seed, by coming from behind, trailing 3-2 to the bottom of the 6th. And they won that game 4-3. Rutgers Prep all over MKA on Tuesday afternoon. Final score 10-1. 9-1-2 for Morristown-Beard. Alex Towerman in left field tonight, and takes the first pitch, a called strike. A junior in his first year in the varsity, had mainly been used as a pinch runner or defensive replacement. John Shepard liking what he's seen in practice. He's getting this opportunity as Baldev misses outside with a fastball, 1-1. Towerman 2 for 11 coming in. Ground ball up the middle and through past the diving Evan Laub, a base hit. So Towerman is on, and the leadoff man on again for Morristown-Beard. And getting to skip up off of the mound was significant to shoot it further and change direction a bit on Laub. And first pitch swinging, Nico DeGrazio grounds one into left field for a base hit. To second, Towerman. And once again, Morristown-Beard, second straight inning, they get the first 2 on. So this was a breaking ball that DeGrazio handled. So now Dax Bush, and we'll see how John Shepard of Morristown-Beard will play this. With Jackson Scully on deck. Will they lay down the bunt? Rutgers expecting with Trions in at third. Fastball outside, the throw down by the catcher Kukulo, and it'll go into center field, backed up there by Evan Najab. So Trions now, it appears, has at third base backed up a couple of steps. Balled up to the plate. Bush squares and lays off the pitch low and away with a slider. 1-0. And the fastball there, Baldev challenged. Bush looking for something else, 1-2. And Baldev took a little off, same spot that Bush fouls off. Morristown-Beard, last one, the Prep B in 2008. 1-2 pitch, Bush fanned on and missed. A pitch low and out of the strike zone. And that's something Morristown-Beard has been trying to cut down in their lineup. So unable to move the runners, and Bush strikes out. 5th strikeout for Valdez. And there's one away. Now Baldev challenges Jackson Scully with the high fastball that's fouled off. Scully last week 2 for 3, couple of runs against Parsippany in that lopsided win. And the 0-1 sends a line drive out to center. NJISAA has it for the outs. So NJISAA playing at the perfect depth here on what is a ballpark that has fences. It's designed here for college baseball too. There can be college tournaments here and travel tournaments. As Jordan Greenaway now to the plate. And Baldev misses high with the fastball. There is no wind to speak of. The American flag resting on the pole as the lights begin to come on all around. And the 1-0, and Baldev sees Greenaway chase after it, 1-1. Greenaway struck out swinging in the first, but he has been a very difficult hitter to strike out this year, a very low rate. First 5 games, it only struck out twice this year. And he chases after the 1-1. Runners from first and second with 2 down. And the 1-2 breaking ball, and a good block by Kukulo as Greenaway laid off. 2-0 Rutgers Prep. Morristown-Beard threatening again in this State B championship game at the Prep level. And the 2-2 misses low as Baldev wanted the call. Again, as Larry Santawasa talked about Baldev with such a cool customer, rare time he showed emotion. He's someone that Santawasa would not want to play poker against. So it'll be a 3-2. A fastball low and away, and Greenaway walks and the bases are loaded. So Matt Stokes to the plate for Morristown-Beard. And Greenaway is going to have a pinch runner. As Mick Pitankar, a senior backup outfielder that will go be a student at UPenn, replaces Greenaway at first. And Stokes goes after the first pitch and fouls it off. Stokes a good at bat in the second inning. Walked to lead off, but was left stranded. And Baldev again, same spot, and Stokes chased after it. So a 2-strike count. And Baldev on 0-2, and Stokes pops it up. Playable out in shallow right. Who's going to take over? And is the second baseman, the freshman Lobb, that had the loudest voice, that takes command. Stokes retired, and so are the Crimson. Morristown-Beard has left 6 on base. For the Crimson, no runs, 2 hits, 3 left aboard. We head to the 4th. It's 2-0 Rutgers Prep. Two 2-0 Rutgers Prep. The head coach of the program, and there's Larry Santowasso out of the class of 1991. 25 years as head coach, 26 overall. Took over the program in '96 after 1 year as the first pitch is grounded foul. 1 year as an assistant coach. 14 players selected as All-American. Larry was a feisty shortstop, as he described himself, and who idolized and still idolizes the great Hall of Famer Cal Ripken. And very engaged in the community from so many ways as a ground ball hit to short and through the legs of Dax Bush. So that'll be an error as Evan Lobb is aboard. And a leadoff man on for Rutgers Prep. Larry has seen his program produce a lot of players for the next level, but we'll tell that story after we have a visit here on the mound before Nick Baldev bats. So now second time through the order, and the Morristown-Beard coaching staff paying a visit here to DeSantis. DeSantis has struck out 4. He's mainly been around the plate. He's challenged hitters today. And he's generally stayed ahead. I think the majority of the hits he's given up, as this is a ground ball to third. Leibovitz goes to second for 1. On to first. Yes, a double play. DeGrazio at the turn, 5-4-3, and DeSantis, 1 pitch after the mound visit, is in much better shape. 2 gone in the top of the 4th. First pitch swinging by Brian Flanagan as we see a look at the replay. Flanagan flies out to left, and DeSantis certainly helps his pitch count. He throws just 5 pitches in the 4th. It holds at 2-0 Rutgers Prep. home fourth inning, and John Shepard's Morristown-Beard team has left 6 on base. Kurt has been part of the MBS program, both in academia and in athletics, for over 25 years. He was the school's director of athletics, 10 years, 98 through 2007. And as head baseball coach, some of his notable accomplishments: 2016 Morris County title, 5 prep championships, with the last one being in 2008. A couple of times being the Colonial Hills Conference Coach of the Year. 3 times reaching the Morris County semifinals. And in the Newark Hall of Fame in 2009. And the New Jersey High School Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame inductee in 2014. As Jay Leibowitz fouls off the first pitch here to start the home fourth. But I think more known as a baseball family rather than individual. John played at Seton Hall Prep for his dad after transferring from North Carolina, where he spent his freshman year. As Leibowitz takes a called strike. John's dad, Mike Sr., known as Shep. He is the Shep. I know the others are called Shep, but he's really the only one that has that honor bestowed upon him, as Leibowitz takes inside. Mike Sr. was the longtime head coach at Seton Hall, finishing his career after 2003 with 998 wins, just 2 more for 1,000. As Leibowitz takes low, 2-2. John's older brother, Mike Jr., is still the longtime head coach at Seton Hall Prep. Over 700 wins there, as Leibowitz takes a called strike 3 from Baldev, and there's one gone in the home fourth. Then to keep going, John Shepard's youngest brother, or younger brother, Rob, is the current head coach at Seton Hall. Aaron Morton struck out looking in the second. And John Shepard, of course, like many of us, wanted to be a ball player growing up, but had the chance to work the Seton Hall baseball camp when he was in college and just really connected with the 10 to 12-year-olds that attended that. Dad, Mike Sr., told him all those great things about coaching and realized it's the greatest thing that you can work what your passion is. Morton takes inside. It's 3-0 from Baldev. And he and Larry Santowasso have a unique common bond between them that they shared before the game. There's a strike. That Santowasso and Shepard both in recent years had suffered heart attacks. And as you might call the silent heart attacks that they were able to come back from, but it certainly changes your outlook, as it should, as Morton pops it up to right. Vargas Pacheco is there, 2 outs. Santowasso had a quad bypass. John Shepard also having a heart procedure. Just changes things the way you manage games in the day-to-day about what you may get angry over, as Danny Sass swings and misses at the high fastball. And they certainly discussed that bond pregame on the field about the adjustments you have to make, as Sass bloops it in the air to center field, and it falls for a 2-out single. So Morristown-Beard with another base runner, and that'll bring up the number 9 batter, Alex Towerman. Certainly the case of Larry Santowasso, as he described his ordeal. He is not a guy that has a pause button in life. And he is always passionate about sports and his team. And that time period, it's like if you're restricted to what you can do, and he had to make that adjustment as he recovered from his operation. And the 1-0 line shot right at Montalvo, who snares it for the out. So Towerman hit it well, but Montalvo placed perfectly and calmly grabbed it. No runs, one hit, one more left for Morristown-Beard. End of 4, it stays 2-0 Rutgers Prep. Morristown-Beard just looking for a break tonight. They've left 7 on base. This is how the bottom of the 4th ended. Alex Towerman bidding to go 2 for 2. And hitting a line drive, that'll get him some more opportunities. But Montalvo there for the catch. As first pitch swinging, Max Trions fouls off the offering from Michael DeSantis. And he pops up the 1-0, shallow right. Jackson Scully with the put away. And to the top of the order for Evan NJISAA. NJISAA 2 for 2. 2 runs on 5 hits for Rutgers Prep. And NJISAA make that 3 for 3 as he dunks a ball into center field. So NJISAA's consistency this year that was highlighted in my conversation with Larry Santoaso, and he's showing that again. And that's a season high 3 hits for the senior center fielder and captain. And that time he handles a breaking ball and just muscles it out into center field. So now we'll keep an eye on NJISAA as he stole the base in the 3rd, but first pitch swinging, Ben Cuculo pops it up to second, and DeGrazio grabs it, and there's 2 outs. So now Oscar Vargas Pacheco, also 2 for 2. An RBI single to right and an RBI single to center. NJISAA got a big lead, and now he's picked off. Stokes runs him back. Here's DeGrazio. DeSantis. NJISAA forces another throw before finally Bush tags him out. So the pickoff works out for Morristown-Beard. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. Middle of the 5th, and Rutgers Prep holds the 2-0 lead. Bottom of the 5th inning, Morristown-Beard trying to put together some hits and get to junior right-hander Nick Baldev. They have the top of the order up, trailing 2-0. And Baldev sees the first pitch outside and low. Ralph Bnorchik on hand with you from Flemington, New Jersey's Diamond Nation for the Prep B New Jersey championship game. And Baldev on 1-0 deals in a nice changeup, 1-1. DeGrazio singled sharply through the left side his last time up, 1 for 2. Baldev's given up 4 hits and 3 walks. He struck out 6 and had the benefit of a gimme double play ball. Ball 3, 3-2 to Nico DeGrazio, leading off the 5th inning for Morristown-Beard. And a 3-2 pitch, a fastball lower part of the plate, and DeGrazio down on strikes. So number 7 for Baldev. And Baldev, the other, as we see the replay of the pitch blowing away, is Dax Bush fouls off this first pitch. Baldev, even when he's walked batters tonight, he has not let it affect the next at-bat. Bush pops it up, playable for the first baseman Flanagan, and foul ground. And there's 2 away. Now Baldev has consistently been around the plate. And give credit also to Ben Kukulo for his junior pitcher. Now Kukulo in a very unique thing. Kukulo calls his own pitches. And Larry Santoaso is a rare high school coach that allows his high school catcher to call the entire game. As Jackson Scully takes outside, Larry says that he's only called pitches 2 games in 25 years. And he believes the catcher needs to learn, he needs to grow, and he's the one on the field. It's been 30 years since Larry's been on the field, but they have conversations between innings like every other catcher and head coach does, but in this case, it's more feedback about the decisions that were made on the pitches and location. 2-0 down the middle, 2-1. And he likes to trust them, give them a chance to grow, think the game, and stay engaged in the game. And that's the other, I think, lost part. When it's the head coach calling the pitches, the catcher sometimes he's not as dialed in. As Scully took inside off the plate, 3-1. In this case, the catcher has no choice. And he's got to understand hitter tendencies. 3-1 is up and away, ball 4, and Scully is on. So Jordan Greenaway will have a chance with a runner on. No warm-up action from what I can tell down the right field line in the Rutgers prep bullpen. First pitch swing, and Greenaway chops it to short. Montalvo throws across his body, not in time. Well, Montalvo decided to give it a shot. He could have put it in his back pocket. That's an infield single for Jordan Greenaway. Scully takes second, and time called, and Larry Santoaso is going to have a mound visit and perhaps going to make a change. So time called in a 2-0 game in the home 5th, 7-inning high school baseball game, as John Shepard talks to his base runners here. And Well, Santoaso not making a move. He's going to stick with Baldev. And with 2 outs, how to deal with Matt Stokes and also to handle anything in terms of movement from the runners. So Baldev very quickly ready, and first pitch breaking ball popped up on the infield. Who will take over? Montalvo, and it's the third baseman, the freshman Trions, to make the catch. For Morristown-Beard, no runs, 1 hit, 2 more left on. That's now 9 through 5 innings as we head to the 6th in this New Jersey State Prep B final. For Rutgers Prep, we look at their last 5. The big win over Gill St. Bernard's. I touched on May 5th, a 1-0 game. Both teams with just 2 hits is a perhaps turning point or launching pad game for the Argonauts as a program. Then as they move ahead on their schedule, they have notable games at Bridgewater Raritan, May 21st on the schedule. They'll see Voorhees again May 26th. And also at Ridge on June 2nd. As some of the notable games still on the Rutgers Prep schedule. And meanwhile in the dugout, they're fired up after Nick Baldev got the out. And then first pitch swinging, Oscar Vargas Pacheco. He's now 3 for 3. And the leadoff man on for the Argonauts in the 6th. So any ball that hangs up in the zone, and the better hitters for the Argonauts have hammered. And on the first pitch of the at-bat, Vargas Pacheco is on. Here's Austin Johns, and the breaking ball, a good block by Greenaway. Johns 0 for 2. Vargas Pacheco, we'll see if he takes off. And DeSantis spots that changeup in the outer part of the plate. And Johns chased after ball 2, and he knew it. A breaking ball up in the zone. And a breaking ball grounded up the middle and through between the infielders into center field. A base hit for Austin Johns in the first 2 on in the 6th. So a pair of breaking balls have led to hits as Greenaway, a conversation with DeSantis. Ryan Montalvo, the batter. And now time called. And DeSantis is going to get a visit. And we're going to get a pitching change. So DeSantis, who is not an overpowering thrower at the high school level, but we saw what he can do with his better fastball in the early innings. And he was able to stay ahead of hitters mainly tonight. The better Argonauts were able to capitalize on some breaking balls. But he was able to limit damage. And we will get a new Morristown-Beard pitcher here with 2 on, nobody out in the top of the 6th. Or, well, it appeared that the signal was being made to the outfield, but DeSantis is going to remain in. Sure looked to me like a pitching change signal was on as DeSantis steps off. Square to bunt and laying a nice one down, Montalvo. DeSantis has only 1 play, and he gets the out. So Montalvo executes and clipped that out. That's exactly the way it needs to go. And even had the top spin on the baseball you want to have, and this advances the runner Vargas Pacheco to third, and Johns, or rather the pinch runner now for Johns at second. So here's Evan Laub taking a breaking ball strike. Pinch runner on for Johns is senior outfielder Warren Cox. As DeSantis gets the breaking ball to Laub, 0-2. Evan Laub 0 for 2. He reached on there his last time up, and he fouls off this pitch. With Nick Baldev, the pitcher, waiting on deck. 2-0 Rutgers Prep, the infield in all around for the Crimson. And Laub able to just get a little piece of it, chasing after the pitch low and away. And Laub on 1-2, fouls it off. Laub has been known already early in his career as a clutch hitter and a grinder. At this juncture bodes very well for his future. And the 1-2 breaking ball, ground ball to second. DeGrazio has only 1 play, and Laub gets the run in. So an RBI ground out for freshman Evan Laub. It's now 3-0 Rutgers Prep. Warren Cox crossing over from second to third. And there's 2 outs for Nick Baldev. And DeSantis, breaking ball, slow roller. DeSantis off the mound, fields it cleanly, throws in time. It was hit so slow that DeSantis had to hurry, but handle it quick. He does to get out of the inning. So following the mound visit, DeSantis able to contain any damage for Rutgers Prep. 1 run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. Middle of the 6th, and the Argonauts lead now 3-0. Morristown-Beard coming up as we see their dugout here for the bottom of the 6th inning. They've had chances. They have left 9 on base against Nick Baldev. They have not particularly hit the ball hard most of the night. A couple of nice line drives, but they've had 4 walks. As a big swing and a miss by J.J. Leibowitz on a hard fastball up and away. Long day for the Leibowitz family. His sister Natalie on the Morristown-Beard softball team. She was the starting right fielder in their 4-0 loss in the Prep B softball final to Doane Academy of Burlington, New Jersey. And now JJ playing in the 7 p.m. game. Natalie's game was at 4 o'clock. And Leibowitz will pop it up foul. One and two. Morristown-Beard has had at least 2 runners on in the last 4 innings. And squandering chances with 2 on and nobody out twice. Leibowitz pops it up. Playable. Max Trions. And Baldev has just had Morristown-Beard hitters flailing at the ball rather than being on balance when they hit it. As another early conclusion to make. But that's what gives this Rutgers Prep team optimism once the non-public B South bracket is released. First pitch swinging, Aaron Morton lifts it out to center. Najad puts it away, 2 outs. That's right, Rutgers Prep is in the South bracket in the state. There's only North and South. In the non-publics, there's just not many, unfortunately, as many private schools left as there used to be, even though they're in Somerset County, which you would consider to be more, north central part of the state. But in the non-public B South bracket, Gloucester Catholic, usually the power. Holy Spirit, very good. As here's Danny Sass for Morristown-Beard. Well, Larry Santowasso knows he's got a Division I bound pitcher and Ryan Montalvo as his number 1, and then Baldev to start games or come on in relief in those big playoff games should they get there. So they cannot win the division, but they know for the non-public B South, and they have the recipe to win several games and capture South Jersey. 2-2 to Danny Sass. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 6th. Rutgers Prep has won 1 non-public B state championship in 2013, beating Morris Catholic that year, and 1 Somerset County title 2017. As Baldev chases or challenges Sass as he fouls it off. And they've had a good amount of Division I players move on to the next level. 3-2 pitch, and Sass pops it up. Flanagan in foul ground makes the catch. Baldev taking a little off, and hitters just off balance consistently. Nothing across for Morristown-Beard as we go to the 7th in this Prep B final. Top of the 7th inning, 3-0 Rutgers Prep, leading Morristown-Beard. And they'll have 8, 9, and 1 here. And Michael DeSantis trying to go the distance as he bends in a curveball strike. Credit John Shepard and Morristown-Beard for sticking with DeSantis in the 6th inning. Clearly not throwing as hard, but he's working with paces. Flanagan chops it to third. Leibovitz got the big hop and fires across to get the out. But DeSantis has consistently been around the plate, always working quickly. And when he's been ahead of counts, that has given him a better chance against the terrific hitters, the veteran hitters that Rutgers Prep has. Here's a young hitter in Max Trions. And he takes the breaking ball strike, 0-2. Dad Keith Trions was a center fielder at Lehigh. Class of 1999, named to the Patriot League All-Decade Team. 2-time first-team All-Patriot League in 98 and 97. Dad 4th all-time in career RBI at Lehigh. He's out of Hillsborough High School. And Max Trions pops it up and out of the reach of Greenaway. Dad now very involved in the Hillsborough Little League. And Trions also going to be a pitcher in the Rutgers Prep program. And they love his competitive at-bats that he has, able to make adjustments at this young age. Line shot, base hit to right field for Trions. And a one-out single for the freshman in the 7th. And this is a ball that was left up that Trions knew what to do with. Ninth hit for Rutgers Prep as Greenaway comes up throwing, and Trions had a very large secondary lead. Greenaway has already picked off a runner. That was NJISAA that ended the 5th inning on a pickoff caught stealing that ended up in a rundown. DeSantis breaking ball away to NJISAA. NJISAA 3 for 3. And DeSantis missing high. 2-0 to a locked-in hitter. Larry Santowasso calls him the heartbeat of our team. Low ball 4, and DeSantis did not want a part of him. And in the bigger picture, that might not be a bad idea. So time called before Ben Kukulo comes to the plate. And for DeSantis, that's his first walk of the night. So 2 on, 1 out for Kukulo. And a pitch missing high. Kukulo's next stop will be at Division III Ursinus in Pennsylvania. And DeSantis with a get-me-over fastball. Needed that. It's 1-1. This was a pleasant evening. It's gotten a little chilly, but the lights are all around. As DeSantis challenges there, but the fastball inner part of the plate that Kukulo fouls off.
Come on, hang in there, kid. Watch the deuce.
DeSantis ready as soon as he's on the rubber. And he misses away. Well, what they loved about DeSantis as a sophomore in 2019, he'd come in relief and immediately throw strikes, make you chase. This time Kukulo does not chase. 3-2. On deck, Oscar Vargas Pacheco, who's 3 for 3. And the 3-2 pitch fisted out over second. That'll be a base hit. Cutting it off is Scully. Making the turn is Trions. Now it'll go to the wall. Najee will score. On his way to third and sliding in is Ben Kukulo. A 2-run triple. And that makes it 5-0 Rutgers Prep. Time called, and that might be all for Michael DeSantis. It was an overall solid start. This is a slow breaking ball that is muscled out there by Kukulo, and we'll see if the ball kind of underneath the glove and knocked down by Scully. So new pitcher to the game here at the top of the 7th. With only 1 out will be Dax Bush. On second thoughts, most scorers would give a double and an error on Scully in right field, but it was not routine out there, so we'll keep it as a triple. As he was trying to prevent it from going to the wall, he didn't completely get all of it. So Kukulo drives in 2, and he's at third with 1 out, and Dax Bush. Dax this season has thrown 3 2/3, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned, 2 hits. So the book not yet closed on Michael DeSantis, who lasts 6 1/3. And with Vargas Pacheco, the batter, I'm sure that factor in to Crimson head coach John Shepard's thinking. So Morristown-Beard will bring the infield in all around to try to keep it here at 5-0 ahead of the bottom of the 7th. And Bush first pitch is up and away wide. With Bush coming in from shortstop, Matt Stokes moves over from first to short, and we have a new first baseman. And Bush missing high. New first baseman is Miles Barbero, a junior in his first year on the varsity for the Crimson. And this ball line, a fair ball by Vargas Pacheco. Trotting in to score is Kukulo. Oscar Vargas Pacheco is 4 for 4, and it's 6-0 Argonauts. That was a tennis shot by Vargas Pacheco. As it hung up, it appeared that Barbero could even have a chance to catch it. And let's watch. And just the way it was kind of served out there, Barbero, if he kind of attacks that ball, probably catches it. Austin Johns takes high. John singling up the middle, his last time up. And John sends it in the air to right center field. And that'll drop in and head between the outfielders. Rounding third and heading home is Vargas Pacheco. and he will score without a throw to the plate. RBI double the other way for Austin Johns adds to the Argonauts party. It's now 7-0 Rutgers Prep. Well, John's a strong senior, and he could take a ball and hit it out to right center field and get it to the gap. Four runs have scored in the inning, 7-0 Argonauts. As Ryan Montalvo takes off the plate. And Montalvo pops it up on the 1-0. DeGrazio, 2 away. So the Argonauts showing tonight how they have all the pieces to do damage in the non-public B South bracket. As Evan Laub takes a fastball outer part of the plate from Dax Bush. Michael DeSantis will be charged with 6 of the 7 runs tonight as the book is closed on him. As Laub fouls it off. Seven runs on 12 hits tonight for Rutgers Prep. And Bush missing on the 2-2 breaking ball. And DeSantis, you can see how for a senior that will be a student next year, by the way, at Penn State, that DeSantis just had an aptitude for locating his breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Bush with a good pitch, lower part of the plate. And Laub down on strikes. But not before the Argonauts sending 8 to the plate. 4 runs on 4 hits, leaving 1. They go to the bottom of the 7th inning, looking for the wrap-up of another Prep B championship. Nick Baldev to try to close this out and go 7 for Rutgers Prep. 7-0 Argonauts. They've given him a cushion, and he's been steady all night. Numbers on Baldev, he's given up 5 hits, 4 walks. He struck out 7. He's been a magician at times, working out of trouble, as Morristown-Beard has left 9 on base. Alex Towerman leading it off for Morristown-Beard, 9-1-2. Tying him up, Towerman swings and misses, 1-2. And I think this is going to be a significant step for Nick Baldev in the eyes of Larry Santowasso, because this was an even game for much of the night, within a bloop and a blast of being a game in the balance. But Baldev was able to stay very composed. He worked quickly as this is a ground ball to second. Loud, 1 out. And even the walks, I think the 4 walks tonight, Baldev has not been wild within those walks, those plate appearances, as here comes Larry Santowasso to have a mound visit. It is 7-0, so let's see what he wants to do. Whether this is just a confidence booster, and of course there are pitch counts and limits that you can have. And I think Santowasso knows that Baldev has gone as far as he is allowed to. So we will have a pitching change. So Baldev gets a hand from his teammates. And this is going to be the freshman Max Treons. Now we're trying to close this out. So there are rules in place for the number of pitches you can throw and when you last pitched. So I think that goes into the decision-making process here for Baldev. Certainly not from a losing effectiveness aspect. Baldev had retired his last 5 hitters. But this elementary in a 7-0 game, and will give Treons a chance to finish this one out under the lights and close out a Prep B championship. So the book closes on Baldev, 6 1/3, 5 hits, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. Max Treons has thrown 6 innings this year, given up 6 runs and 11 hits. But they like how he changes speeds. He won't blow the fastball by you. Down the road, that could happen. Just knows how to pitch. Can spot the ball at this early juncture of his career. Threw 3 innings in a game at Bernard's last week. As he starts off, Nico DeGrazio with strike 1. And DeGrazio chases that fastball up in the zone, 0-2. And a good miss there, low and away, that had DeGrazio pondering whether or not to go for it. And on 1-2, changeup on the outside corner, strike 3 looking. Well, he teased DeGrazio with a previous pitch and then slowed it up and brought it over the outer part of the plate, and DeGrazio down on strikes. So here's Dax Bush. And there's Treons showing the fastball. Morris County Tournament preliminary round is next against Roxbury tomorrow for Morristown-Beard. And they hope they can advance to a quarterfinal. They still have games left against Whippany Park, Pequannock, Hanover Park. This one lined out to right, and that's a base hit. Past Evan Laub's glove for Dax Bush. And a 2-out base runner. And that'll bring up Jackson Scully. Treon starts him off with a called strike. The runner goes. They're not paying attention to him. And at the high school level, that is a stolen base for Bush, but it's indifference. One to Scully. On the outer part of the plate. Strike two. Rutgers Prep jumped out 1-0. Doubles by Najan, and Vargas Pacheco set the tone. That gave Baldev the cushion as he came out to throw. As Treons misses low. Led 2-0 on a Vargas Pacheco RBI single in the third. And then they would extend that lead further in the 6th inning at 3-0 on an RBI ground out by Evan Laub. Then they would score 4 times to break it open in the 7th. Scully taking high. And the 3-2 pitch, line drive the other way. That'll fall for a base hit for Jackson Scully. Making the turn and coming in to score is Dax Bush, and Morristown-Beard will not be shut out tonight. RBI single the other way by Scully makes it 7-1. Here's Jordan Greenaway. There goes the runner again, and that will be a stolen base for Scully. And now he'll take third on the play on the next pitch. Ball 2. And Greenaway pops it up. Naja or Montalvo. It's Montalvo that squeezes it. And once again, Rutgers Prep is Prep B champions in New Jersey. Max Treons closes it out. A 7-1 win tonight at Diamond Nation. There'll be a trophy presentation coming up, and we'll carry it for you live here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Final totals: 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Argonauts. 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error for Morristown-Beard. Rutgers Prep capturing another B championship here in state. Another step closer to help their points for the non-public B seeding. The program's 6th title. They go back-to-back for the 2nd time in program history. They won their first in '88. And then 2011 and 12 back-to-back, 2016, 2019, and we could say with a pause, 2021 back-to-back. Again for the Argonauts. So the trophy presentation about to be made to the Argonauts, and the runner-up finish for Morristown-Beard. And with the way that NJISAA and Vargas Pacheco are hitting at the moment, Rutgers Prep looks like they are going to be a very difficult handful. You're going to need a college-bound pitcher to set aside this lineup that shows that it's more than just them. They have seniors in the lineup. They have young players contributing. They have more than one pitcher they can go to. No errors in the field today. And they have some versatility in the lineup that despite this team being at 6-3, that they have the capability to challenge a Holy Spirit or a Gloucester Catholic in the South. We didn't even see their number one pitcher tonight, but what you could see in the potential of Nick Baldev, that yes, he did escape a lot of trouble, but he's got a pretty good fastball. And if he attacks hitters and the fielders make the plays behind him, he's going to strike out enough hitters, not of the other team's elite hitters. If he's going to get those players out at a pretty high rate. And Baldev is going to be in very good shape to pitch against quality competition down the road into June. So the presentation has been made with the trophy for another Prep B title. Rutgers Prep victorious tonight at Diamond Nation. For our entire crew today, my thanks to our producer and director, Simon Rosenwasser. I'm Ralph Bednarczyk saying so long and good night from Flemington, New Jersey. Rutgers Prep, your B champions in 2021 on the Play-by-Play Sports Network.